Here we are, day 12 of the Feast for the Soul, 2022. Gosh, it's January 26th. Yes, January 26th. And this year is already flying by. I don't know if you feel that way. So that's why it's so important to make the most of every moment, to be right here, right now. I used to live in a Zen Buddhist monastery, and there was this little calligraphy on the wall that said, "Awaken, awaken, do not squander your life." And I'd see that every single day, and I had no idea what that really meant. I'm still not sure, but I know that it really might refer to awakening to the beauty and wonder of my life and yours, and of this beautiful creation that maybe if we are not paying attention, we could take for granted. So before I started recording, we took a little poll about what meditation to do today. And so I'm going to do a combo platter because I was asking if we should do a chakra practice or if we should do a peace practice. Now, nothing is mutually exclusive, but so I'm going to try and combine the two, starting with the chakra and moving to the peace. Now, what is a chakra? What is a chakra? Well, I can tell you it was one of the first meditations I learned, and I had no idea what it was. As I sat in Northampton outside of my college, and I was sitting under a pyramid, a metal pyramid strapped to the ceiling of this woman's house. And she said, "Sit right there and start paying attention to your chakras." I said, "What is a chakra?" Well, she said it was these junction points where your body and your soul meet. Your body and your energy body, your physical body, your mind body, and also the Atman, the soul. Now, it doesn't necessarily make sense because if you looked for it in an X-ray or an MRI, you wouldn't necessarily see these chakras. But I'm going to ask that you imagine that there are these, the word chakra means wheel, and that there are these spinning areas inside you. They start at the perineum. One moves into the sacral chakra right underneath your belly button. Another is right here in your, I'd say dantian. It's right here underneath your, am I saying that right? Yes, right here underneath your ribs in your solar plexus. One right here in the heart center. One right here in the throat. One right here between the brows. And one right here at the top of your head. What's interesting is they seem to correlate with some endocrine systems. And so if you know anything about hormones, you know they're a little hard to measure, a little hard to find, a little hard to really nail down. And the same is true, if not more true, about your chakras, these spinning wheels that are energetic inside you. Now, here's the thing. Chakras, so they say, and I was just reading a book on it by Arthur Avalon, if anyone's heard of him, has written these books from India, one of the first probably Anglo people to write these books on the sacred science of chakras and energy from India. He said there were only 6. Some people in Chinese medicine and some New Age medicine think there are many more than 6. And in fact, there are 12. It doesn't really matter what you believe because this is all sort of imaginary anyway. But the more you spend time with these particular wheels of energy or these energy centers, you'll find that they do tend to get enlivened, or they can tend to get a little clogged up. Now, for instance, let's say, like I did, you might have had trouble speaking your truth. For years I did. I had trouble thinking that what I had to say was of any value. I know that sounds crazy, but I know a lot of us have that feeling. So for years I held down my expression, and I always had sore throats. I had a lot of strep throats. I had chronic coughs. And eventually I had a little growth right here on my thyroid, which turned out to be thyroid cancer. Of course, I'm fine, lived through it. But I started to look at, okay, what is the relationship between holding down my thoughts and holding down my natural, honest expression and having cancer right here? I'm wearing blue today because that's the color of this particular wheel, this chakra. We're going to be going through these various chakras. We're going to be actually going from the bottom up. We're going to be inviting the color. And I know the theme what Sue was talking about is about light. So we'll be inviting the color as a bright light. We'll be inviting an affirmation and simply feeling into the body, because as you know, what you put your attention on thrives. It purifies, especially in a spiritual practice and with your natural loving attention. So I'll be guiding us through the chakras, at least 7 of them, from the base chakra to the crown chakra. You don't even have to know where they are or feel them, but it's like a little journey, a visualization. Now, some of you cannot visualize, right? I'm one of them. It's called aphantasia. It's can't visualize on demand necessarily, which is why I had a big challenging time the very first meditation I learned about chakras. So it's okay if you can't visualize it, feel into it, imagine it if you can. And as long as you have a sense of it, that works. So we're going to be doing about a 15-minute chakra meditation, and then we'll finish with a peace meditation, peace for Ukraine, peace for the world, peace for those suffering, peace for those who are struggling to feed themselves or their family, struggling to be whole and healthy, struggling with mental illness, which is more prevalent now than ever. And so we're going to be offering them some compassion, because as you know, your love, your attention, your blessings travel across space and time. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to be meditating for about 22 minutes or so. And so I'm going to keep track of the time and invite you to get really comfortable where you are. Perhaps closing your eyes or gazing softly to the ground or your hands. And as you settle into your meditation seat, you might begin to invite your body to soften. Feel the support that's here. Begin to take some long, smooth, and slow breaths in and out at your own pace. With each breath, you can invite your body to relax. Let go of any holding pattern you might have. And bring your mind here to the body. As we know, the mind likes to travel into the past and into the future. Let's bring it home to the body, which is here and now. And let your breath return to its natural rhythm and depth. Tune into the breath now. Tune into the subtle sensations that occur because of the breath. The rise and fall of the chest. The movement of your belly and your rib cage. Even tuning in to the subtleties of the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. There's no need to manipulate your breath in any way. Simply tune in to the subtle sensations of breathing. When the mind wanders off into another time or place, bring it back here. Thoughts are natural. Your job is to gently bring your attention back to this moment, anchoring it on the breath. And all the while being kind to yourself. I'm tuning in now to the energy of this breath. What does that mean? Simply notice if when you inhale, you seem to have a rise in the energy, or if it tends to move down. And on the exhale, does it rise or does it tend to move down? For each one of us, it can be different. Which way does your energy rise or fall with each breath? Now, throughout this practice, there's no need to make up anything or to pretend something is happening. We're simply exploring, letting everything be as it is. So draw your attention now to the base of your spine, to your tailbone. And imagine drawing the breath to the tailbone. This is your base chakra. Some people say it's actually at your perineum. Continue to bring or imagine the breath down in the perineum or the base of your spine. As you do this, the color of this chakra is bright red. Bright red. So imagine, if you will, see it or feel it or imagine a bright red star emanating from the base of you. This is the area responsible for you feeling safe. For you feeling like you belong. The endocrine gland that's related to this particular chakra is the adrenal gland. That fires anytime you feel afraid. Bringing your loving attention to this area in whatever way you can. Imagine breathing into it and finding the truth of feeling safe inside you right now. Feeling as if you belong right here on this planet, in your life, in your community. You might even invite the affirmation, I am safe. And drawing your attention and even your breath up just a little bit below the belly button in the center of you to the sacral chakra. You can see, feel, or imagine a big orange star shining brightly from the center of you. This area is related to the endocrine system of your ovaries or testicles and the hormones. And even if you don't have those ovaries, there is still the memory of it there. So continue to breathe in and out, drawing the breath into the bright orange light that emanates from you. This area is related to your creativity, to the power of your creativity. You might invite the affirmation, I am creative, and feel into that, knowing the truth of it. With your next breath, draw your attention upward to your diaphragm, right underneath your breastbone and your rib cage, to your solar plexus, the solar chakra. Imagining a bright yellow star emanating from this area, getting brighter and brighter with each breath. Some say this area is related to your pancreas and your spleen. And it governs your sense of confidence and personal power. You might invite the affirmation, I am powerful. I am powerful. This does not refer to power over, but the sense of empowerment, which is your birthright. And drawing your attention up with your next breath to the heart center, the Anahata chakra. Imagining a bright emerald star emanating from the center of your chest. It grows brighter and brighter with each breath. This chakra is governed by the endocrine gland of the thymus. The thymus is responsible, it's the master gland of your immune system. It knows the difference between friend and foe. And without judgment, it offers compassion. I am compassionate. I am compassionate. Knowing the truth of that as it lives through you. And being sure that your body is still soft and relaxed. Draw your attention now to your throat. And imagine, see, or feel a blue light, sky blue, like a star that emanates from the base of your throat. The gland associated with this area is the thyroid and the parathyroid, which govern your heartbeat, your temperature. This is the area of truth and expression of your creativity and your power, expression of belonging and compassion. The affirmation could be, I am honest. I am honest. As you honestly and truthfully express what is real for you, fearlessly, without holding back. And drawing your breath and your attention up to between your brows, to the center of your cranium. The area of the pituitary and the hypothalamus, where the subtlest of hormones are created. The color of this bright star is bright blue, twilight blue. Deep indigo. This is the center of that Bodhi mind, that pure intellect. As you breathe in and out of this area, you might invite the affirmation, I am wise. I am wise. As you know, it's not about the ego, it's the connection to the wisdom, the creative intelligence that lives through each and every one of us. I am wise. And moving to the top of the head, where you see halos depicted in paintings, imagining your own halo. Some people say it's bright pink or ultraviolet purple. Others imagine it glimmering and transparent. The top of the head, which is related to the pineal gland, that connects you with the rest of creation and with the Creator. Breathing in and out of this area with your mind or imagination. Knowing the truth of this connection. I am connected. I am connected. And as you sit here now, knowing the truth of being safe and belonging, being creative and nourished, being powerful and empowered, being compassionate and loving, expressing yourself honestly, being wise, being connected. Invite the connection between you and every living being on this planet. In whatever way you can, bringing the awareness and the best of you into a prayer. May all beings in all worlds be happy and be free from suffering, and awaken to their true nature. Directing this prayer to whomever, whatever is calling you. Particular area on the globe, a particular person. It could call you to those incarcerated or trapped, to landscapes and regions. May all beings in all worlds be free from suffering, be happy, and awaken to their true nature, which is love. I'll remain silent for a few more minutes. Let your mind, imagination, and heart wander the globe with the prayer for peace. Coming home again to your breath. Tuning in to the energetics of the breath. And recognizing that you're whole and complete, and radiate the colors of the rainbow. I'm going to invite you now to open your eyes as we end the meditation, taking your time. Perhaps noticing what you notice in your inner light first, the light that shines through your eyelids or the light in your imagination. Invite some movement in the body. Deepen your breath if you like. You might first open your eyes with a downward gaze, gazing softly at the floor or your hands, letting that light in or out. And as you make your way to open eyes, I'm going to close with a prayer in Sanskrit. Some of you know it. It means, may all beings in all worlds be happy and peaceful. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings in all worlds be happy. May all beings in all worlds be free from suffering. And may all beings in all worlds wake up to their true nature. Thank you for joining me for the chakra practice. I'm glad you voted that in. And it was my pleasure to be here and do that with you. Hope you're feeling okay. There's so many ways to do a chakra practice. Some people invite mantras, colors, postures, different breaths. I'd love to hear how it went for you. I'm going to stop recording. Thanks for joining us on the recording. You can join us live if you want.